Hey, Tony talking trash about music coming right back at you. And I'm coming right back at you to finish out this Dwight Twilley trip to Tulsa. I'm going to continue this. We're going to go to Tulsa a few more times probably before this is all done. But I want to count down my favorite 25 Dwight Twilley band and Phil Seymour and Dwight Twilley tracks. And number 25 is going to be Max Dog from Jungle. The closer on that, I like that. I like that. That's one of my favorite. That's one of my favorite from that record. Even though the production is not ideal with that, I still enjoy that. I still enjoy that as it's kind of a mark of frustration to me in a way. Number 24. It would be the very first thing they ever did. The big hit in 1975 would be "I'm on Fire" from Sincerely. Let's go to the lead-off track from Wild Dogs, number 23, song "Sexual." It's a little bit uncomfortable, but I like the melody of it. I think the melody is really neat. I would then go to one of the closer, I believe, on the Twilley Don't Mind record. I guess would be my number 22. I mean, it's a little low. Invasion. Always one of my favorite, man. I just like the way, and if you think about that whole thing is recorded maybe in the same way they're saying if Twilley's the one. Bill Pitcock, I think, plays a lot too, but Twilley seems to do most of the keyboards and stuff. I just like the interplay on his records a lot more, and I think his records, the thing that I like better than some of the other power pop artists is you don't hear as much Spectorian overload. You hear a lot of space left. And I think that's a sign of somebody that's I don't know. I just think I think it's a sign of somebody who's a mature songwriter, and it's a shame that really Twilley and thinking about this never had a lot of great success. I'm going to go to a couple songs next from Scuba Divers, number 21, Later That Night, and number 20, I'm Back Again. The opener on that. I think this record in a way, I would probably rank it a little higher if the production was a little bit better on it. It was kind of a little bit of a letdown, and that's what I think that even though it was recorded before, really, I think, Jungle is a vast technological change. A lot more synths used on Jungle than there were on Scuba Divers, and I think that's maybe why Scuba Divers, I know the Petty connection started then, but anyway, let's go to number 19 from Wild Dogs. Let's go to the wonderful Shooting Stars. I think is almost as good as Lou Reed's song, Shooting Star. And number 18, one of my favorite tracks from Twilley Don't Mind, That I Remember. Wonderful. Number 18. Number 17, let's go to the title track from the Wild Dogs record. A nice nod back to the original Twilley band sound. And there's a little bit of a conciliatory sound on that record. I mean, I know that everything was pushed the way it was because Twilley was the writer and such, but I still think that there's probably... I'm talking about the next one here. I'm going to fit in from number 16 after that, after the... just talking about Phil Seymour. Let's talk about Phil Seymour, and let's do Looking for the Magic, his version of Twilley's Looking for the Magic from Phil Seymour too. Certainly it sounds a lot more of that than his previous work, and I think I mentioned that on the album probably a million times. But I do. That second record is so different from the first one. Number 15, Crying Over Me from Scuba Divers. Again, one of the better featured tracks there. And again, I'm going to return back to the Phil Seymour 2 record with Dancing a Dream, number 14. Probably one of the outstanding tracks, probably his outstanding track of all, I think. For number 13, I'm going to go to a highly underrated track I don't hear a lot of people talk about a lot from the debut record, England. Beautiful song and just beautiful, mature songwriting. You don't hear part A and B disconnect the way that you hear lyrically on a song like that. For number 12, let's go to Twilly Don't Mind and Sleeping. And again, let's do for number 11, back to Scuba Divers one more time for I Found the Magic. Just a nice pop sound at that point. And you wonder why some of that record didn't hit. I just don't feel like, I remember when that record was out, I was working in the stores. I don't remember any sort of buzz about that or even seeing that one. I saw the other ones always. I mean, I saw the Dwight Twilley band, and I saw the first record, but I never saw much about Scuba Divers. And it's a shame because it's a good one. But anyway, once again, countdown, Sleeping at 12, 11. I Found the Magic from Scuba Divers. Number 10, Secret Place from Wild Dog. Wild Dogs, 1986. This is to me is the essence of what the Twilley band used to sound like. This is the Dwight Twilley sound. While I'm talking about that, let's pluck the only one out of Jungle that is in the memory of most people. It's probably the only reason why I'm rating it at all. As a Captain Obvious, this Girls from number 9. The beautifully but a little uncomfortably named You Were So Warm from the Sincerely. Start up in the vocal blend between Phil and him is so beautiful on that. Let's go to the Twilley. Let's go to the first album, the Twilley album, which actually was my number 1. For a couple of tracks, number 7, I've got "Runaway" from that record. Obviously, any list would be wrong without that. And number 6, "Shadow of Love." And then, of course, as I mentioned before, number 5, one of my favorites is, I think, one of the highlights. It really kind of Toddish sound. I hate to say that. It sounds like the Nas, or it sounds like the Beatles sound or something, or the Who too. Is a wonderful "Baby Let's Cruise" from Sincerely, their debut album, which is a little more diverse in style than what they ended up with, and you can't blame them for that though. Number 4, let's go to the original version of "Looking for the Magic," and I know I have it on here. I've got Seymour's version of it at 16. I know that. We're gonna do it for number 4 from Twilley Don't Mind. Looking for the Magic. Number 3, the wonderfully named "Feeling in the Dark" from Sincerely. I just think what a great song, what a great execution. To me, this is what you really hear the fun, and you really hear the excitement of this here. I don't know. I think a lot of the best of Twilley stuff. These top 10 songs are we probably could do on anybody's wonderful playlist. Number 2, we're going to go with let's go with 2 and 1. What is going to be a toss up between 2 songs from Twilley. Let's go with "Darlin'," the Phil Seymour harmony on "Darlin'," but let's for number 1, "Alone in My Room" is my favorite track. Oh, I just love the progression. I love the way it's executed. I just think it's special. I think the way the harmony on it, I just think it's something special. And so that is my number 1 song from the Twilley record, the top 2 actually, "Darlin'" and "Alone in My Room" from Dwight Twilley. Those are my favorite 2. Let me know what your favorite Twilley songs are. I'm sorry I got the hiccups here, guys. But I appreciate you being in here and checking this out. I know this is pretty obscure for some people, but I'm going to continue to pluck at Tulsa by God until I get a couple other things done here. I've been working on and been listening to a lot of music from here. This is not really symbolic of the Americana or that stamp of things that comes from here, and that's what kind of makes it cool. Because just like every great town, it has more than one thing that makes it wonderful. Thanks for tuning in here, and we will check you guys next time. Please leave your likes down there and leave your list down here of any great Twilley songs that I may have left out or anything about Twilley that I forgot to mention. I love the Dwight Twilley band, and I know they had a lot of hardcore fans, so I'd like to hear from some of you. Please check it down there, and we will check you guys next time with another fun thing. And hopefully we'll be back to the Tulsa scene very soon. Check you later. Thanks, man, for tuning in.